Welcome to the Southwestern Herbal Academy podcast. I'm Sandy. This is a place where we talk about practical herbal wisdom you can actually use in everyday life. This podcast is for everyday people who are curious about herbs, whether you're brand new or you've been dabbling for a while, and who want simple, grounded ways to support health and well-being. Each episode will explore herbs, body systems, and herbal ways of thinking without the overwhelm. Today's episode is called What Herbalism Really Is and What It Isn't. And this conversation feels important because so many people come to herbalism with confusion, mixed messages, or unrealistic expectations. Some people arrive hoping herbs will fix everything. Others are afraid to touch them at all, and many are somewhere in between, curious, cautious, and wanting something gentler than what they've experienced before. So today, we're going to slow this down. We're going to clear away the noise, and we're going to talk honestly about what herbalism truly is, and just as importantly, what it is not. No hype, no extremes, just grounded understanding. Why herbalism is so often misunderstood. Herbalism sits in a strange place in our modern world. On one side, it's often portrayed as magical, instant, and all-powerful. On the other, it's dismissed as ineffective, unscientific, or dangerous. Both of these views miss the truth. Herbalism is one of the oldest forms of medicine known to humanity. Long before laboratories, pharmacies, or synthetic drugs, people worked with plants to ease pain, support digestion, calm the nervous system, fight infection, recover from illness, and maintain balance. But herbalism was never meant to replace common sense, medical care, or the body's own intelligence, and it was never meant to be used recklessly or blindly. The misunderstanding often comes from trying to force herbalism into modern extremes, either as a miracle cure or as something primitive and obsolete. In truth, herbalism is neither. What herbalism really is. At its core, herbalism is supportive medicine. Herbalism works by strengthening the body's natural systems, encouraging balance, gently nudging the body back toward regulation. Herbs don't usually override the body the way pharmaceuticals often do. Instead, they work with the body, not against it. This is one of the most important things to understand. Herbs tend to act gradually, intelligently, system by system, and with fewer blunt force effects. They support processes like digestion, detoxification, hormone regulation, immune response, and nervous system balance. Rather than forcing a single outcome, herbs help the body remember how to function well. This is why herbalism often feels slower, but also why it tends to be more sustainable. Herbalism is relationship-based, not symptom-based. One of the biggest differences between herbalism and conventional medicine is focus. Modern medicine is often symptom-centered. What hurts? What's inflamed? What needs to be suppressed or removed? Herbalism asks different questions. Why is this happening? What system is struggling? What does the body need support with? For example, instead of just suppressing anxiety, herbalism supports the nervous system. Instead of only addressing indigestion, herbalism supports digestion, liver function, and gut health. Instead of just lowering inflammation, herbalism asks why inflammation is present. This makes herbalism holistic, not in a trendy way, but in a practical one. You're not just treating a symptom, you're supporting a person. Herbalism is not fast, dramatic, or extreme. Let's talk about what herbalism is not, because this is where many people get misled. Herbalism is not instant, extreme, harsh, aggressive, or dramatic. If someone promises overnight detox, instant hormone balance, miraculous weight loss, or cures everything herbs, that's not herbalism. That's marketing. Herbs work through consistency, patience, correct dosing, proper preparation, and appropriate expectations. Sometimes people get discouraged because herbs don't act like pharmaceuticals, but that difference is intentional. Herbalism values long-term resilience, not short-term suppression. Herbalism does not replace medical care. This is an important and responsible truth to say clearly. Herbalism does not replace medical care. Herbs are not meant to replace emergency treatment, replace surgery when surgery is needed, replace necessary pharmaceuticals, or override professional medical diagnosis. Instead, herbalism works alongside medical care. Many people use herbs to manage side effects, to support recovery, to strengthen systems weakened by illness, to reduce reliance on medications when appropriate, to maintain wellness long term. A skilled herbalist respects the role of doctors, diagnostics, and modern medicine. True herbalism is not anti-medicine. It is pro-body. Herbalism is about safety and responsibility. Another misconception is that herbs are automatically safe because they're natural. Natural does not mean harmless. Plants are powerful. Herbalism includes understanding contraindications, knowing when not to use an herb, respecting dosage, understanding interactions, and choosing appropriate preparations. This is why education matters. Responsible herbalism starts slow, uses gentle herbs first, builds knowledge over time, and prioritizes safety over experimentation. Herbalism is not about throwing random plants at problems. It's about informed, respectful use. Herbalism is individual, not one size fits all. Another truth often overlooked is that herbalism is deeply individual. The same herb can affect two people very differently. Factors like constitution, age, health history, medications, stress levels, digestion, and lifestyle all influence how herbs work in the body. This is why herbalism doesn't lend itself well to rigid formulas or universal prescriptions. Instead, herbalism teaches us to listen to our bodies, observe responses, adjust gently, and personalize over time. This is also why self-study and education are so empowering. Herbalism is a lifelong skill, not a quick fix. Herbalism is best understood as a life skill, much like cooking, gardening, or learning to care for your home. It grows with practice. You don't need to know everything at once. You don't need to work with hundreds of herbs. You don't need to memorize Latin names. Most people begin with stress support, sleep support, digestion, and immune support. And that's more than enough. Herbalism rewards curiosity, consistency, patience, and humility. It's not about mastering nature, it's about working with it. So as we move forward together, here's what you can expect from this podcast. We'll talk about herbs in a grounded, practical way, body systems and how they work, gentle cleansing and support, stress, sleep, digestion, hormones, immunity, safety, preparation, and common sense. How to build an herbal practice that fits real life. No fear-based messaging, no extreme detoxes, no pressure to be perfect. Just education, understanding, and steady growth. As I reflect on this foundational conversation, I'm reminded of the gentle, steady way plants teach us to listen and respond with care. Herbalism isn't about quick fixes or dramatic claims. It's about building a respectful relationship with our bodies and the natural world. Every time I return to these basics, I feel a renewed sense of humility and gratitude for the slow, supportive work of herbs and the wisdom they offer when we pay attention. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. Remember, herbalism is not about fixing or forcing. It's about supporting, listening, and working in partnership with nature and your own body. Whether you're just starting out or have years of experience, there's always more to learn and more ways to deepen your connection with the plants. If today's conversation sparked curiosity or gave you a new perspective, I invite you to continue this journey with us. We'll explore herbs, body systems, and practical skills together, one thoughtful step at a time. Before we close, if you'd like a simple place to begin or something to come back to, I've created a free Herbal Foundations starter guide. You can find the link in the description or show notes, and it's a general introduction to the way I approach herbalism. And if you're ready to go a little deeper, my course, Teas, Infusions, and Decoctions, is available now. It walks you through the foundations of working with herbs in a practical, everyday way. I'm also quietly building the larger Herbal School behind the scenes for those who feel called to study more deeply over time. Thanks for spending this time with me. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and keep listening to what your body and the plants have to share. Bye-bye.